Okay, so think about this for a second. Your car, it's got a unique identity, right? It follows it from the day it's made to the day it's scrapped. But what about your bike? It could be worth just as much, maybe even more, but it's basically a ghost. It's invisible in the system. Well, today we're going to dive into an idea that's giving every single bike a digital passport. And trust me, this could completely change how we think about owning, well, pretty much everything.
I mean, it's a really strange double standard when you stop and think about it, isn't it? Your car has that vehicle identification number, the VIN, that tracks its entire life. Your phone, it's got a unique IMEI. But your bike, which could easily be worth thousands of dollars, has nothing. No universal ID. It's this huge, glaring blind spot in a massive, multi-billion-dollar industry. And believe me, that blind spot, it has a very real cost. Take a look at this number, just 8%. That is the recovery rate for stolen bikes in the Netherlands. You know, one of the most bike-crazy countries on the planet. We're talking hundreds of thousands of thefts every single year. It's basically an epidemic, and there's almost no cure. But, this isn't just about theft. It goes so much deeper. Without a unique identity for each bike, the whole system is, well, it's just broken. I mean, think about it for a sec. Product data, service history, warranties, insurance, all of it is just disconnected. There's no single source of truth for the bike itself.
Yeah, without that unified standard, all these modern solutions we take for granted elsewhere, they're almost impossible. Things like digital warranties, seamless insurance claims, easy financing, or even, and this is a big one, safety recalls. They're all a total nightmare to manage. The whole industry is kind of flying blind.
So where did the solution come from? You might be surprised. It didn't come out of some fancy corporate boardroom. Nope, it started on a boat. The founder of BikeID was just chatting with a friend of his about this really small, super durable tag he'd made, something you could just stick on a bike. Seemed like a simple, clever little product, right? And this is where we get to that aha moment. His friend, Bartlomiej Czerwinski, looked at him and basically said, dude, that little tag, that ain't the product. The real product is somewhere else. And he realized the physical tag wasn't the point at all. It was just the key, the interface to unlock a way bigger system. The real product was the digital identity that the tag connected to. That was the game changer. And boom, just like that, the digital bike passport was born. The best way to think about it is like a car's VIN and its license plate all rolled into one, but built completely for the digital age. It's a system designed to give every single bike out there a unique, verifiable, and totally transferable identity. So, how does it work? Well, the system is basically built on 3 core layers. First, you've got a globally unique ID number. This works for any bike, anywhere in the world. Second, there's a super secure cloud platform that stores the bike's entire life story, and it uses blockchain to make sure you can trust it. And third, there's that durable smart tag that goes on the frame, which is what physically connects the bike to its digital twin. And for you, the bike owner, the process is incredibly simple. Seriously, it's just 3 steps. 1, you stick the tag onto your bike's frame. 2, you just tap it with your phone to run through a quick registration. And 3, you activate a physical ownership card. And that card is really important. It's basically the key to transfer ownership if you ever decide to sell the bike.
Okay, so you might be thinking this is all about preventing theft. And look, that's a huge benefit for sure, but it's actually just a byproduct of something much, much bigger. The real revolution here is creating a verifiable history for the bike. That's what completely changes the game and turns it into a real asset. Just look at the difference. On one side, you've got the old way, a bike with 0 service history, murky ownership, and a resale value that pretty much nosedives the second you ride it off the lot. But on the other side, you've got the future, a bike with a full, verifiable history and crystal clear, transferable ownership. And what's the result? The bike actually holds its value. It's transformed from just a product into a genuine asset. And this doesn't just benefit the owner. It changes everything for the manufacturers, too. The old model was basically sell it and forget it. You just push the metal out the door and you're done. But now, with a direct link to the product's entire life cycle, they can build recurring revenue. Think service plans, subscriptions, integrated insurance. It's a whole new business model.
Okay, so this all brings us to the tech that makes it all tick. And I know what some of you are probably thinking. Why use blockchain, right? Isn't a regular old database good enough for this? And you know what? That's a totally fair question. The answer really gets to the heart of why this system is so powerful. So yeah, why bring blockchain into the mix? It's definitely not just for the buzzwords. The thing is, the creators wanted to build an identity system that didn't rely on any single company or government or even manufacturer to be the one source of truth. They had to completely remove the question of who do you trust? And that is exactly where blockchain comes in. You can think of it as a decentralized trust engine. So instead of one company holding all the keys and controlling the data, the blockchain creates a shared, unchangeable public record. It's a way to mathematically prove that the ownership details and the service history are correct, which makes the whole system neutral and reliable for absolutely everyone. So, to build this trust engine, the team really needed a blockchain platform that was known for being stable and having a solid, long-term, research-based approach. That's why they chose Cardano. They felt its architecture was the perfect fit for building a system that's designed to last for decades. So let's be clear, this isn't just some clever idea on a napkin anymore. That concept that started on a boat, it's rapidly turning into a real industry standard. The momentum here is absolutely real. Get this, over 400,000 bicycles are already registered on the platform. That is some serious adoption. It proves there's a real-world demand for this, coming from consumers, from retailers, and from the manufacturers themselves. And it's not just the little guys. We're talking about major industry players getting on board. You've got Decathlon, one of the biggest sporting goods retailers on the planet. You've got major bike brands like Romet, Cross, Superior, and Rock Machine. Plus, leading insurance companies are getting in on it. The entire ecosystem is buying into this idea. And this is where the story really explodes beyond just bikes. What we're seeing here is a pioneering example of something called a digital product passport, or DPP. It's part of this huge global shift driven by new regulations and what customers want, where pretty soon almost every product, I'm talking everything from a power tool to your sofa, is going to need its own verifiable digital identity. Which really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Today, yeah, we're talking about a digital passport for your bike. But think bigger. What about everything else you own? Your tools, your electronics, your furniture, even luxury goods. What could you own tomorrow that has its very own verifiable history and provable identity? This revolution, it's really just getting started.